Deep in the heart of an ancient African village, where the trees whispered secrets to the wind and the moon watched over the land like a silent guardian, lived a boy named Jumo. He was different from the other children, not because he was stronger or faster, but because he was fearless. While others trembled at the thought of ghosts and spirits, Jumo was curious. One evening, as the village gathered around the fire, an old storyteller spoke of the forest of lost souls, a place where restless spirits roamed. No one dares enter, the elder warned, for those who do never return. But Jumo's heart burned with a strange desire. He wanted to know the truth. That night, while the village slept, Jumo slipped away into the darkness. He walked towards the forbidden forest, guided only by the pale glow of fireflies. As he stepped beneath the towering trees, the air grew colder, and whispers filled the silence. Shadows moved where there was no wind. He was not alone. Who comes into our land? A hollow voice echoed. Jumo stood firm. I am Jumo, son of this land. I do not come to harm but to listen. The spirits, surprised by his courage, circled around him like mist. Why do you not fear us? One asked. Jumo took a deep breath. Because fear blinds us from the truth. If you are here, there must be a reason. The spirits fell silent. Then, one spoke. We are the forgotten ones, trapped between the living and the dead. Our voices fade, and soon we will be lost forever. Jumo's heart ached for them. Tell me how I can help. The spirits explained that long ago, a wicked chief had cursed them, binding them to the forest. Only a true-hearted soul, unafraid of the unknown, could break the curse by lighting a sacred fire and calling their names. Without hesitation, Jumo gathered wood and flint. He whispered a prayer and struck the stones together. Sparks danced in the air before a small flame flickered to life. The spirits chanted their names, and suddenly, the forest glowed with a golden light. One by one, they vanished into the sky, finally free. As the sun rose, Jumo returned to his village. The people gasped. No one had ever entered the forest of lost souls and returned. But Jumo had done more than return. He had brought peace to the forgotten. From that day forward, the village no longer feared the spirits, for they knew that courage and kindness were greater than any curse. Jumo's story spread far beyond his village, reaching the ears of chiefs and elders from neighboring lands. They called him the boy who spoke to spirits, and people traveled from distant villages to hear his tale. But Jumo did not seek fame or reward. He only wished for his people to live without fear of the unknown. One evening, as he sat by the fire with his grandmother, she took his hands in hers and whispered, "You have a gift, my child. Not many can listen to the spirits without trembling. Use this gift wisely." Jumo nodded, but deep inside, he wondered if his journey was truly over. One night, as he lay in his hut, a soft wind brushed against his cheek, though the air outside was still. Then he heard it. A distant cry, faint and sorrowful. Jumo sat up. The spirits were calling again. Following the whispers, Jumo walked beyond the forest to the riverbank, where a great tree stood alone. Its twisted roots clung to the earth like grasping fingers, and its branches reached for the sky like a desperate hand. The moment Jumo touched the tree's bark, a rush of cold air surrounded him. A voice, ancient and weary, spoke. You freed the lost ones, but another remains. Trapped. Forgotten. Waiting. Jumo's heart pounded. Where? He asked. The wind howled, and suddenly, the ground beneath the tree cracked open. A dark mist slithered out, taking the shape of a tall, shadowed figure with hollow eyes. Who dares disturb me? It hissed. Jumo stood firm. I am Jumo, the one who freed the lost souls. Who are you? The shadow flickered. Once, I was a great warrior. But my greed cursed me. I took what was not mine, and the spirits bound me here. No one remembers my name, and so I wander, lost in the void. Jumo's mind raced. The spirits had said that speaking a forgotten soul's name could set them free. But how could he name one who had been lost for generations? Then he had an idea. Closing his eyes, he spoke words from deep within his heart. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are part of us. The shadow trembled. Light cracked through its form, and for the first time in centuries, the warrior's true face appeared, a man with sorrowful eyes and a heavy heart. Thank you, he whispered, before vanishing into the wind. Jumo exhaled, his chest light with relief. He had done it again. He had given a soul peace. As he returned to the village, he understood his purpose. He was not just a boy who spoke to spirits. He was a bridge between worlds, a guide for those lost in darkness. From that day on, Jumo continued to listen to the voices others ignored, helping the forgotten find peace. And so, the legend of the brave boy who spoke to spirits lived on, whispered in the wind and carried in the hearts of those who believed in the power of courage and compassion.